Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Shenandoah University broadcast. My name is Ben Kincaid. I'm joined by Kyle. Dexter, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Ben, and tonight's going to be a very exciting night if you want to quickly go over it.
Yeah, no, it's going to be great. We have week 6 of our NECC Overwatch season, the last week of the season. We sit 2-3, and we go up against William and Mary, who are also sitting at 2-3. We have a very important matchup. The winner of this will go and lock playoffs. Kyle, what do you think will happen? What do we want to expect going into this matchup?
Man, this is such a nerve-wracking set, Ben. I believe when we talked to B3N, the Overwatch coach of this team, we did get word from him that I do believe the top 4 teams in these pools are expected to make it into playoffs. Yep. So if Shenandoah clutches this victory versus William Mary, they'll have that 4th spot locked in to the NECC playoffs. And it's really hard to say who's the favorite to win here because I believe from what the Academy Overwatch team's players have told us is that their ranks are very similar. So there's really no telling who will win this, and that's honestly a very scary thought.
Yeah, no, it's definitely going to be a close matchup as we pan through the entire team here, ready to get locked in, right? Try to come away with a win here and finish the season 3-3 with a playoff berth on the other side as well. I was talking to Tiny Shiny as well earlier in the day before this matchup, right? And she was saying that this is going to be a pretty close matchup, right? They are expecting to come out swinging and take the first few maps, hopefully. But, I mean, she also said, like we said as well, that we're pretty even in matchups, right? We have Cherry is a Masters player, so a very, very strong player, the highest ranked player on our team, and I believe William and Mary average around a Plat Diamond rank. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes, what the play styles are going to be going into this matchup, but I'm expecting a very close map 1 as we go to Lijiang Tower for control.
Yeah, Ben, and I believe we brought this up last broadcast for our Overwatch team. Lijiang Tower, pretty much like the tried and true for control point maps. Most competitive sets, you see both teams just want to go to this map because widely considered to be a very just great map.
yeah, it's definitely a fan favorite for sure as well. Players and fans alike like to see this map, right? Everyone plays it. Everyone knows exactly what to do. Expecting some similarities of what we saw earlier in the weekend last week with our Overwatch roster, right? With Ramatra possibly coming out, the Sigma as well, potential pickups for Ranger on the tank, and then it's probably going to be Protein Shake or Flames either on that Reaper or piloting that Widowmaker. It looks like it's going to be Flames in on the Reaper. Tiny Shiny with the Mei instead, and then of course Claviella and Cherry, the Juno and the Brig coming out as well for our starting lineup.
And yeah, Ben, I really do like these kind of like this brawly play style as Shenandoah is kind of sticking to what they know. Maybe they're what's more comfortable with them as Flames getting these very important picks off with the Mei while Ranger taking out Scorch and Claviella taking out Aslivius and Grimlock with Raindreamer, and Shenandoah already having a great start, taking this first team fight to cap first point.
Yeah, no, a great first team fight. The wall coming through from Tiny Shiny as well, doing a great job at separating William and Mary. I mean, one person falls, it's really easy to try to snowball that into more kills, and that's exactly what SU did here. We see the Mei on the other side getting low yet again. Scorch taking a little bit of poke, but now Ranger needs to be careful. We'll be able to find the Mei. The Mei will go down, trying to stay alive, was walled off for the meantime, but the healing is coming back. Cherry getting picked off. Scorch able to find that one on that hit scan on that McCree, and now they make their way back into the point. Scorch finding yet a third. It's going to be a cap now for William and Mary.
And yeah, as you can tell, right off the bat, just going back and forth with these team fights, Ben. Just these teams so evenly matched. Like there's so much on the line here, so both teams, you can expect them to play just at their best, their absolute best, just to show what they have. It's pretty much all or nothing as Creeper takes the kill on Tiny Shiny, but not without Tiny Shiny dropping the Blizzard. Unfortunately, will not be getting any sort of mileage off of it as they had the numbers disadvantage going into that fight.
Yeah, the rally popped as well for Hunter on the side of William and Mary, able to keep multiple members alive with that one. Still 4 ults up and available for the side of SU. William and Mary are about to have 4 up, as well as the May approaches their Blizzard on their side as well. Ranger taking a little bit of chunk, having to retreat, get some healing, but now we can see them moving in. Flames has the Death Blossom up and available, but Claviel already able to find one. The May going down before the Blizzard was able to be used, and now ults pop all across the board. Orbital Ray as well coming through from Cherry earlier in the fight, but William and Mary doing a great job at holding it off, staying strong, Scorch staying alive, finding 2 kills towards the end of that fight to keep possession of the point.
Yeah, and I would still say it's about anyone's game here. Obviously for Shenandoah, you do have to keep in mind the May ult that is approaching with William and Mary. Could not pop it on that first team fight as Slivius was the first to drop there on that team fight. We're walking around the sides, maybe trying to get this pick off on Scorch on the Cassidy, and they do get it. Flames, amazing awareness. An amazing Death Blossom taking out Hunter and Slivius as well. Yes, there we go. And just like that, Shenandoah, even though they lost Claviel, is still poised to be winning this team fight.
Yeah, I mean, great stuff coming through from the SU roster. Flames doing a great job at finding that flank, finding that kill with the Death Blossom, but also Rainjammer as well, finding out Scorch at the beginning of that fight. The DPS threat that William and Mary have had thus far in this map number 1 has been Scorch, right? Off the board early in that fight means that SU is just able to take control, take position, and then really unload on the backline of William and Mary.
Right, and that Scorch pick was very impactful for Shenandoah in the last fight there, because Cassidy, and especially Scorch, shown to be very, oh my goodness, the Blizzards are coming out. Oh, and there you go, Hunter is taken down, but so is Flames, and Claviel and Tiny Shiny, and it is starting to snowball as it looks like William Mary is starting to take this first point of this map 1.
Yeah, it looked like a great Blizzard. The Brig was off the board early on the side of William and Mary, but Scorch off of the respawn, able to collect, regain with William and Mary, and then just come in a double kill right off the bat in that fight. An easy fight to win when it's Blizzard versus Blizzard in that instance, right? Both Blizzards went down in that fight, and William and Mary were able to come out on top in map number 1, or point number 1 rather, for map number 1.
Right, and you know, something I was trying to bring up before, but then that massive team fight just broke out, is that that team Scorch pick on the Cassidy was pretty impactful for Shenandoah there, as this player seems to be another one of those Cassidy players that is really proficient just hitting those shots, right, especially for characters that are pretty floaty, especially Juno, considering how good Juno has been in the last, I would say, a couple months. Just that character has just always been a constant threat in the meta. No matter how many times she gets nerfed, is always just a prominent character in today's meta. And Cassidy, just a hit scan machine, very good at just hitting Juno out of the sky.
Yeah, Tiny Shiny now swapping over to the Symmetra as well now with the TP into the point, trying to have this first touch that unlocks here in the next second. But already Tiny Shiny goes down. Help from the Juno and the May on the side of William and Mary. Now it's Scorch finding Ranger, finding Cherry as well, just making their way slowly through the point. First cap for William and Mary.
Right, and such an important first fight to win on the side of William Mary, as you want to set that pace going on for the rest of the round. As Shenandoah, even though they won that first team fight, William Mary were still able to take back momentum, as Tiny Shiny swaps back to the Tracer, the tried and true for her, and trying to get a nice little pick off from the back line. The wall attempt on Rainkeeper not successful, but still very low as she tries to walk in with the Nemesis form, and goes down to Creeper as they run out of the Nemesis form.
Yeah, Scorch as well now trying to stay alive, rolling out, will finally go down. Flames able to clean up the back end of that fight. Now it's just Creeper left alive, but Flames strong enough to clean that one up. The recap coming through from SU in that instance. It looked good initially for William and Mary, Ranger was cut off by a wall by William and Mary's May, but they weren't able to find the kill, right? Ranger able to prevail, able to stay alive long enough to allow SU to regroup as now we enter this next fight. 3 ultimates, 5 ultimates on the side of William and Mary to the 3, close to 5 on the side of SU. The Death Blossom will be popped, already able to find 5 Hunter. Scorch will fall. Cherry now as well, cleaning up the back end of that fight. I mean, that was all Flames, able to find that flank, find that angle, and wipe William and Mary off of the map.
And there you go, Flames finally finding his moment to shine in the second point of this map 1, Ben. Just showing why Reaper is such a threatening character when he's left alive, because that lifesteal on his shotgun shots, especially in a brawly team comp like this, such a terrifying character when he's left unchecked.
The Deadeye used as well by Scorch in this fight. The Pulse Bomb as well from Tiny Shiny. Both of them won't find any purchase. Tiny Shiny will finally go down. Scorch able to find that one. Creeper now a 1v1 against the enemy Ramatra, but Ranger able to escape for the time being. Falling back, regrouping now, sacrificing point control in favor of William and Mary. And now William and Mary are pushing their advantage, trying to get in the faces of SU, but now off of respawn. Tiny Shiny will go down yet again. Creeper able to find the angle, and now the ultimate popped, doing so much work into this backside. The rally as well from Claviella, but it's not going to be enough. Scorch, Creeper remains strong, tearing through the backside of Shenandoah.
Yes, and it looks like it's just about it for this map 1, unless anyone from Shenandoah can get this very lucky touch here. But it looks like since we do not have Tiny Shiny alive on the Tracer, Flames, as I say that, gets the touch, but is it enough? Does not look like it, as Sylvia's fine stack Blizzard and the High Noon from Scorch just solidifying that map 1 in favor of William and Mary.
Yeah, I mean, William and Mary, a very commanding first 2 points. That second point there got a little shaky towards the middle section there. Flames able to find a great Death Blossom, able to find multiple kills, but play of the game goes to Scorch, and man, that makes sense. It was Scorch and Creeper all of map 1 just finding these angles, finding these picks onto SU's members, and SU were unable to respond.
Yeah, and so I was saying before, Ben, just Cassie's just a very commanding character. It's just a very consistent character as well. Just always having some place in the meta, no matter how many times they change, like, the gun's damage or give him a rework with a new ability like Flashbang, or I guess in this case, returning ability in the form of Flashbang, when he used to have that Magnetic Grenade. And despite all that, just such a very consistent character. Has some amazing DPS potential with those dinks, with that revolver shot.
Yeah, it's nice to see the team still in high hopes, right? We got the double thumbs up from Danny into the camera as well. But a shaky start, right? We had good looks, but we weren't able to win those 5v5s, those large extended fights. Even when we had ultimate equity, right? We were able to stay equal with these ultimates, but they weren't able to come out effectively enough. Flames was able to find really good angles, but other members weren't able to really find that key moment for their ultimates.
Right, and it was a matter, I feel like a big part of it was the kill order. Something I noticed, Sylvia's on the side of William and Mary was able to go down first, and they were still able to conserve their Blizzard on the May. Just such a very commanding and just very, I guess, attention, like, it requires a lot of attention for Blizzard. Just pop it on point, and you just kind of have to just play around it. Well, sometimes you can't, especially when it's about overtime in a map like, or a game mode like Control, where you kind of are forced to stay on point if you want that control, or in this case it's overtime and you want to stay control to win the map. But like I said, sometimes you just can't. You have to just fight within the storm, but you can't.
Yeah, and that was the fight at the end of point number 1, right? We saw those Blizzards go down. They were able to find that early pick onto the Brig, but they couldn't capitalize on top of it. Scorch coming back towards the end of that fight to clean up. And then Flames here as well. I mean, it was a back and forth all map 1, but SU just barely falling short in some of these fights. They weren't able to keep that momentum going when they won that initial fight.
Right, and yeah, momentum is such a big thing, especially in a factor like this game, like this matchup here. It's just two teams with the exact same set records in their pool, both 2 and 3. And like we said at the start of this broadcast, Ben, whoever wins this series is expected to make it into the NECC playoffs with the rest of the teams. Like I believe Drexel was one of them. I'm blanking on the other 2 teams at the top of my head, but very strong and prominent teams is on that list, and Shenandoah is trying to be amongst one of them.
Yeah, it's going to be close, right? Map 2, I believe there's a pick between, I want to say, Hybrid and Escort, I believe are the
so.
2 maps that the losers get to pick from. And then, of course, the winners of this most recent map will be able to pick the map that they go to on Hybrid or Escort, right? So we're waiting to see what the call is going to be on the side of SU, whether or not they want to go Escort or the Hybrid route. I'd expect to go kind of in this Escort kind of route from SU. It does sound like it's going to be Havana Escort coming through from SU here. What do you think about this one?
From what I've gathered from this team is that Shenandoah very comfortable with the Havana pick, and I do believe from what I see on the team previews is that Shenandoah is sending in Protein Shake and Onion Man, a very prominent DPS duo, and like we mentioned last week, Shenandoah is just so flexible with their DPS players. They like to play certain players for specific maps or game modes. Like we saw in Control Point, we saw Tiny Shiny and Flames together, and now we're swapping to Hybrid. We see Onion Man and Protein Shake together.
Yeah, I like the swap here, right? Protein Shake is a very dominant hit scan player, right? Specifically on that Widowmaker. I'd expect to see that to come through on this map specifically. I mean, it does really good with this one. And then Onion Man is probably going to be the Mei. That's what we usually see Onion Man go on. I think we've seen a little bit of some Genji from Onion Man as well, so we could see that come through as well to really have some of that backline dive potential in some of these team fights. So I like the switch coming through here. I think these 2 players excel on maps like this, especially with the hero selection that they have.
Right, and we have to mention these map changes from Havana during the start of this new season. They added a little bit more wiggle room for the attacking side to just walk through that choke point without getting like picked off by Widow so easily, as the opening around the little hanging area in front of the choke point is a little more closed off, and they're also adding a little bit of a banner on the top of the choke point as well, just to prevent more like holding from the Widowmaker, not making her as prominent as a character, but she's still a very dominant character on this map, which I do see why they send in Protein Shake for this map, because still such a good Widow map, so much open area, so many sight lines for you to choose from, and Protein Shake just loves taking advantage of that. Yeah,
and he looks good every time he does it, right? He is pretty darn good at clicking some heads when he had that 100% charge on the Widowmaker ADS. But on the side of William and Mary, right, I would expect the same roster to come through. I'm not sure if they have too many subs on their side, but I don't know if you really change a whole lot here. I feel like you still stick with what has been working. They are swapping now off of the Cassie. I expected that one to stick, but it's going to be the Sojourn instead for Scorch here. Maybe some more mobility is something they were looking for on this attacking side, or defending side, excuse me, for William and Mary.
I want to think that it's more of like a maybe. I feel like Sojourn is another one of those consistent characters in the sense of she gets that railgun charge very easy. She gets just by just shooting her gun, and if you're hitting your shots, you're gonna get that railgun charge, and it's a matter of just hitting those shots, just like Casty and Scorch being very prominent with not necessarily like just like hit scan general, because I do believe for Sojourn's primary fire it is a projectile, but I do believe it is hit scan for the railgun. Yes. So Scorch maybe showing a little bit of mastery on both ends, both projectiles as well as hit scan like we saw before.
Yeah, Shenandoah, Onion Man on that Genji like we expected. Protein Shake on the Widowmaker as well, but we do see a little bit of a switch up Claviella on the Zenyatta and Range Dreamer as well on the Orisa. Cherry going down. Scorch able to find that one, but still it's going to be a 2-for-2, but not shortly after Grimlock was able to find the kill onto Claviella. Range Dreamer dangerously low as well. Scorch trying to chase her down will find that kill as well with the railgun. SU stopped in their tracks. William and Mary holding strong on the defense early.
Right, and something I want to bring up here is Claviella making the switch from Brig to Zenyatta, and Zenyatta, one of those rare supports where sacrifices a lot of healing, as Zenyatta admittedly does not have very much healing to his arsenal, but in exchange he has a very prominent Discord orb, which you can just coordinate with your team. You pick one person on the enemy team, like, okay, I want that person to go down. So in this case, Creeper with the Discord orb, maybe they're trying to get that pick on the Ramattra, excuse me, but gets walled off by Slivius to protect their Ramattra.
Yeah, Protein Shake is on Scorch duty right now. They're able to find that pick early on in this fight, but now again knows that Scorch is up high. Now trying to finish off this Juno, won't be able to find the kill. Orbital Ray used on the side of William and Mary as now they push into the face of SU. Ults coming up, the Transcendence up and available for Claviella. Might not opt to pop that one yet, as Cherry and Protein Shake have already fallen. You might want to save these ultimates, but they're fighting back strong. Creeper will go down. The Transcendence will be popped to keep Rain Dreamer alive. Protein Shake now swapping off of the Widowmaker on to the Cassidy. Rain Dreamer pushing in. The spear just barely going wide, but Scorch left on their lonesome, trying to stay alive for as long as possible. But now Hunter, the rally back in positions, keeping Scorch alive. Claviella will fall. The Gravity Orb able to find that one, and now Hunter on William and Mary pushing their agenda. Scorch finding yet another one with the railgun, and now the charge. Protein Shake will fall. Creeper finding Range Dreamer as well. Now Onion Man, the last one standing with the Genji, will get punched in the face by the Ramattra. Another great hold coming through from William and Mary.
Right, and Ramattra is such a very versatile character, as he can very switch from two modes. You know, when he's just in his normal form, he kind of has this more of a poke role while having a shield at his arsenal. Still with the Vortex, very prominent just to control the speed of locking down some very multiple characters, as Grimlock, Cherry with the Orbital Strike, getting the pick on the Grimlock, and Creeper getting the Annihilation off, trying to target Range Dreamer, but is not enough, as Range Dreamer gets the Terror Surge off on Creeper, and Onion Man gets the pick on Scorch.
Yeah, Cherry with the Orbital Ray to open that one up. Onion Man wasn't able to find any purchase with the Dragon Blade, but was keeping people busy. Protein Shake as well, the swap over to the Ashe, able to find some crucial kills in that fight, and then the Terror Surge to wrap it all up, finding Creeper with that one. I mean, a great push coming through from SU to get that first point to keep their attack alive here on Havana.
Yeah, and Ashe, I do want to mention, it's weird to, if you're a hit scan player, I imagine you'd want to play characters like Widowmaker, Cassidy, and Ashe. I feel like they're all very similar in their particular roles, but they are all different, I guess, subsets of each character, as Widowmaker, again, those long-range headshots, but, doesn't excel in the close range. But Cassidy, I would say out of the three, very much excels the most in the close range with that right-click and the roll to reload his weapon. But Ashe, kind of like the middle of the road, does have the Coach Gun to get you off of her, and the Dynamite as utility, just for a bit more crowd control, as Scorch pops the Railgun, but only able to get one pick on Claviella, as Shenandoah seems to be winning this fight, as it is just Creeper left.
I mean, yeah, a great fight coming through from SU, able to shut down the overclock before it can do too much damage on the side of Scorch. Two ultimates not used in that fight by William and Mary either, the Blizzard and the Orbital Ray still up and available, but SU still have ultimates of their own, the Transcendence, Orbital Ray, and Bob up and available for SU. I mean, that was just a clean fight, able to find the picks fairly quickly in that fight as well for SU to keep them alive.
Right, and he's trying to swap to more pokey kind of playstyle, as Grimlock sets off the Orbital with the Bob setup from Protein Shake. Onion Man on his last breath, but does get taken out, the Bob from Grimlock, as Grimlock gets taken out by Protein Shake. There's just people flying left and right. Just so many trades within the players, and Onion Man and Claviel are able to clean up the rest.
Yeah, I mean, Protein Shake with that Bob, that usage was clutch. Claviel as well with the Transcendence, able to keep members alive on the side of SU. But, I mean, this is just Protein Shake taking control of these fights, able to find these angles, able to find the backlines, finding these supports, finding these DPSs. The Blizzard popped as well on the side of William and Mary, but they aren't able to find anything with it. Protein Shake finding through the headshot to Scorch. It's going to be the potential point cap. Rainjammer dropping the Terror Surge as well. They will be able to find this point with 14 seconds left, and now they have a minute 40 and a potential overtime clock as well to find this full cap.
Right, and something I noticed from Protein Shake, he's a very confidence-based player. You know, admittedly, he had a bit of a rough start at the start of the map, but eventually started to find his swing of things again, and maybe he's trying to find that confidence again. Well, as he's finding his confidence, maybe he's trying to give Widow another go again. Maybe, as his last point, it's also a big choke point as the bridge is there, but he gets his confidence back. Maybe again another pick off. Let's see if he can get any picks off here, Ben.
Almost finds Juno. The Javelin will connect Rainjammer in the face of William and Mary. Thus far, Cherry doing their best to keep their tank alive. Dangerously low, but also on the side of William and Mary. Creeper getting dangerously low as well, trying to stay alive in that ultimate, but Protein Shake will go down. The Onion Man to follow right after, and now Scorch has this flank angle. Their railgun getting charged up on Claviella. It's the Mei able to find that one with the melee, but I mean, Scorch was able to find that beautiful flank angle, getting so much damage in, and then that Mei was doing a great job at cleaning up the rest of that fight.
Right, and Creeper making that last-minute swap to Orisa. Just want to have a very commanding character just to solidify, keep that cart right there, make sure it doesn't go any farther than it has to on the side of William Mary, and just there goes the Orisa mirror like we've seen so much in this past season.
Yeah, Protein Shake went down yet again. Scorch able to find that angle. It's going to be the Orbital Ray popped on the side of William and Mary. Grimlock bringing that one out, and now it's going to be the full combo coming through from William and Mary. The Blizzard as well getting popped. The rally as well. The overtime ticking away. SU unable to find that full cap, but a very strong push on this attacking side.
Right, but if you're on the side of Shenandoah, is not bleak just yet. Did have a bit of a rough start, but did manage to push the cart very far, as they had a very far lead with that second point, pushing it very far. Showed no signs of stopping with any particular team fights, but I do believe we are having a quick little pause right now. I don't know. We don't really know exactly what's going on just yet, but we will be back momentarily, I believe.
Yeah, we have a little quick in-game pause, right? We will be swapping over to the defensive side for Shenandoah. I'd expect Protein Shake to stay on this Widowmaker, right? The Orisa has been looking like it's been working as well for Rainjammer, but I don't know what to expect to come through from William and Mary, right? Because they had that switch off of the Ramatra onto this Orisa, right, to find that final stand, and they were able to do that quite successfully. So I don't know if they're going to go back to this Ramatra on this attacking side to see if they can pull that one out and make it work on this map, or if it's going to be just that Orisa with, I believe it was Scorch's Cassidy coming. Oh no, the Sojourn, excuse me, coming through from Scorch as well, and they're going to keep that going because it looks like it's working fairly well.
Right, and something I noticed about Will and Mary is that they're very, I guess they're going with more like comfort picks. They don't really seem to be counter swapping as much on the side of compared to the side of Shenandoah, but you know, Sylvia's just locking in that Mei pretty much every time. Just such a good character, and honestly, it's just very flexible character within what kind of like team composition you want to go for, because being able to wall off just at least one person on the enemy team is just so valuable no matter what kind of team comp you're trying to run. And just the support composition of Juno and Briggs just so strong right now, and it has been for quite a while now. Yeah, no, a very strong combo. We are having a few tech issues that you can see on the bottom of the screen. We are going to try to get those resolved as fast as humanly possible so we can hop back in to this map number 2. But on the side of SU, I don't know if you really want to change a whole lot, right? Protein Shake, I do think should stay on the Ashe, right? Because that seems
to be what is clicking right now. The Bob has been looking very good. The Bob usage has been looking very good, but Widowmaker has been able to find some picks here and there. There was a last-minute swap over to Soldier 76 towards the very, very end, right before that overtime ticked over, so maybe there's potential to see that one coming out if there is a desperate need for some heavy DPS damage to come through. But for me, I feel like you stick with this Widowmaker or with the Ashe. It looks like it's going to be the Widowmaker here for SU, everything else staying the same for the Hornets.
Right, and it does look like we will be getting the Widowmaker from Protein Shake, and I do agree with this pick, especially on this map on defense. Widowmaker, especially with that high ground, very prominent with just the height advantage, and Claviel going up there with him, maybe trying to get maybe some more cheeky picks with the Discord Orb, not really requiring a full charge from Protein Shake on the scope shot, so that's something I never really took any time to consider until now.
Yeah, Hunter on this Mercy as well. This is pretty much just for that initial peak with the Widowmaker with that damage buff. If they do want to go for it, it's going to be a swap back over to the Brig, however. Protein Shake trying to find the angle, finding the headshot on to the Orisa, but not the target that you were initially looking for. But Scorch able to win out on that one. Protein Shake going down, and that might be the go button as the Sylvius finds their way into the front of the pack for William and Mary.
Right, and the Sylvius, right when we said they're going for more like comfort, I guess comfort food kind of a team here, Scorch swapping to the Widowmaker and the Sylvius to the Genji as well. Maybe trying to match Onion Man's Genji as well, but almost a near like team mirror here, but just with the side of no no matching Zenyatta's or Brigettes, but let's see, there's a lot of scattered team compositions here, but getting the dive off on Claviella, but getting backed up from Cherry to protect the Zenyatta. Barely living that, but taking the Juno ult to survive. Getting that very nice headshot from Claviella to get the pickup on Sylvius, and Cherry just those torpedoes and Rangeamer just making perfect space for her and her team to win this first fight.
Yeah, Cherry using the orbital ray in that fight to regain possession of this payload. Won't be able to meet or reach that first point on the side of William and Mary. Claviella now with the Transcendence up and available. Ranger, we're getting close to that Terror Surge as well, but on the side of William and Mary, you can see Creeper with the Terror Surge. Grimlock just now getting the orbital ray as well. Creeper pushing forwards with the spear spin, but unable to find the angles. Finding the spear, however, onto Claviella. The Transcendence is down. Protein Shake as well, losing out the Widow 1v1 against Scorch. A Sylvius almost up and ready with that Dragon Blade, but instead will dash through the Orisa. Now it's Onion Man losing out on that one. Scorch able to find that finishing blow as now that first point is captured by William and Mary with 4 ults, almost 5 up and available on this next push.
Right, and William and Mary looking so strong at this point in the game here, because as Scorch just continues to win the Widow 1v1s versus Protein Shake, they also have almost all of their ults when Shenandoah only has about 3 ults as Onion Man is close to getting that Dragon Blade, but they also have so much more time to side compared to what Shenandoah had on when they were attacking. And Ranger getting picked off already, and so Claviella soon to fall, but Protein Shake finally getting revenge on Scorch and the Widow duels, but Creeper just pushing the advantage onto this back line. Now they don't have a tank to work with, and Shenandoah is just struggling to keep up.
Yeah, it looked like Ranger was going to try to go for a Terror Surge onto the backline, but just died way too fast, unable to get that ult popped, and if they did, it might not have amounted to much, as you were, if you're that low health on an Orisa and you pop the Terror Surge, you're probably going to die before you can get a massive charge on that one. The Transcendence now getting pulled through Orbital Ray on top of it. Creeper able to find one onto Cherry. Ranger, we're finding another one. A Sylvius going down to the Terror Surge. Rangeamer as well, finding Creeper in the fight. It's only the supports left standing. A great engage coming through from the 4 ultimates getting popped on the side of SU, but that is all Claviella. Rangeamer getting in their face with the Transcendence, with the Terror Surge to force them off of the point.
Right, and just it all started. It was so it's crazy to think about. It's very interesting. There's like it was like a chain reaction almost. One of the Widowmakers set off their wall hacks right at the start, and then the other one sent them off immediately, and then both started with the Junos soon after, and then the Genjis. Well, I guess just Sylvius with the with the blade, and Onion Man sets off his own Dragon Blade. How will you spawn? Trying to get the dive on Hunters, but guess that rally off, and gets the pick on Onion Man as well as Cherry from Sylvius.
Yeah, Sylvius now trying to find Protein Shake on this Widowmaker. Will be able to do so. It's Creeper finishing that one off. The second point capped. Now 3.5 minutes to go to push past this point. Creeper still having the Terror Surge up and available. On the side of SU, you're not terribly close to a whole lot of anything. You have to win out on one of these fights at just out positioning and out skilling. It's going to be up to Protein Shake to find these picks, right? Find Grimlock, find Scorch. Those are the two characters that you are the most likely to be able to one-shot on this hold. If you can find one of them, that'll go a long way.
Right, and it's very important to take out this Juno early off, because just one of those characters that has such amazing healing, and if you're on the side of Shenandoah, doesn't really provide much more healing without her, as Zenyatta doesn't really provide much healing, but getting booped off Rain Dreamer, as well as William Mary getting this win for map 2.
Yeah, map 2 very strong yet again from William and Mary. I mean, Ranger getting pushed off towards the end of that fight. The Terror Surge as well, securing that kill onto Claviella. The one of the sources of healing, but also damage as well. Zenyatta, a good flex option for a lot of these players. But yeah, it's going to be close. We're down 2-0 now. The Hornets in this series. It's going to have to be a clean reverse sweep if they want to stay alive here and make playoffs.
Right, and I do believe that for map 3, I believe it is push, which I think historically has not been Shenandoah's best game mode. But if they want to win this series, they have to pull through. They have to make the adjustment they need, whatever is necessary to win this series and make it to playoffs. There is still a hope for Shenandoah, but as you can see, some of the players from Shenandoah again off their seats, just taking a break to stand up, maybe get some water, maybe take a step outside, get some nice cold air from the fall breeze.
Oh,
and starting to get colder now around here. But yeah, do you have any words for what's to come?
It's going to be close, right? I don't know if we go back in with Protein Shake and Onion Man. I feel like you might see a switch. Or maybe Protein Shake stays. Maybe Mei is not a great... Well, I guess Genji kind of works in push as well. So I know Tiny Shiny's been practicing a little bit of Genji as well. So that could be an option to come through from the SU roster. Just depends on who they want really piloting that character, or if it's going to be that Tracer angle to come through as well. Trying to just have that thorn in the side of William and Mary, just finding all that damage, all that poke, and then those pulse bombs as well, trying to find those flanks as we hop in to some replays here of that last map.
Right, and I do believe if we are going to hybrid, I feel like historically Shenandoah has been more likely to send out Tiny Shiny, as she likes to play those very dive-centric characters, such as the Tracer, like you said, the Genji, and she does have that Venture in the back pocket, but I do believe in the current state of Venture in this meta, they are not the best character right now, so I do believe, if anything, we're more likely to see the Tracer come from Tiny Shiny, the tried and true, by far her best character in her arsenal.
Yeah, we'll be going to push on this next matchup, so it'll be interesting to see kind of where this goes, because Shenandoah, some of the players, not as confident on this game mode, right? We have seen hope and promise in this game mode before, but then oftentimes it falls flat. They aren't able to have that final push, that final nudge in the right direction to find wins in this game mode. So if you're gonna find one, it's gonna have to be right now.
Right, and just so scary, because like numbers wise you think that Will and Mary just be poised to take the whole set right here, but you can never count out Shenandoah, especially with how close these set records are.
Yeah.
And especially like in game, even though like the the numbers don't show at all, right? The fights between both map 1 and 2, just very close fights as far as like, I guess for push's sake, it's more so, hybrid. Similar times left, but yeah, just very close. It's really hard to say who will be taking this game here.
Yeah, it's going to be close, right? I mean, push is just one of those momentum game modes, right? When you have that bot moving in your favor consistently, it's really hard to try to regain control, especially if they get far on a first or second push, right? Because then you have to bring that bot from where it was all the way back to mid, back to that point, and then start your push yet again wherever you left off. So it's really hard to come back in those scenarios, especially in some of these overtime scenarios, because you have to go such a long way in not a whole lot of time, because you're going to be using ultimates. You're going to be going down left and right. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens here in this push map.
Right, we just got word that the next map that we will be setting ourselves into is Runasapi on the push map right here. And just another, I guess, more of a comfort pick as far as Shenandoah goes. And from what I've seen, is a very widely received map as far as push map goes. Push still a very new mode. I believe it came out when Overwatch 2 dropped. Yeah. So I do believe there are about 3 maps. I think there were 3 maps for push, and Runasapi, I believe, came out a couple of seasons ago. Still fairly new, but from what I've heard, is to be one of the more widely received push maps.
Yeah, no, for sure. This is definitely something that SU has worked on in the past, right? This map specifically has had a lot of playtime on stream, off stream, the whole lot of it with this roster, as well as now we see some swaps coming in. It's going to be the standard supports. So we're going to see Clabiella and Cherry on the support roles. Rainjimmer again in that tank position, but it looks like Molly, Tiny Shiny, is going to be sitting in the hot seat alongside Protein Shake on this DPS angle. I like that coming through, right? We have that Tracer. We have that mobility that Tiny Shiny brings to the field that, frankly, works pretty darn well when it's on.
Right, and I do, like you said, I do like this DPS lineup that we have here. Tiny Shiny stepping up to the plate once again, make a return when she got subbed out after map 1. But I also like the inclusion of keeping Protein Shake in. You know, you might have had a rough start map 2, but regardless, still found his way of swinging things. Slowly found his way back into try to get some more momentum going when Shenandoah was attacking on the Havana. And as far as maps goes, Runasapi, very long, but as well as has some like flank routes as well. So I feel like it's a perfect combination for Shenandoah's current DPS lineup, and Tiny Shiny likes those dive heroes, likes to go around those flank routes, and Protein Shake, again, those long picks with those choke points.
As now we enter the fly-through for Runasapi. It's going to be Protein Shake and Tiny Shiny in those DPS roles. The hit scan and the pest, if you will, of Tiny Shiny with that Tracer to come through. But it's an uphill battle right now, right? We're down 2-0 in the series. William and Mary, very commanding victories in Map 1 and Map 2. And now we find ourselves on push, something that SU has struggled with all year long to try to keep their playoff hopes alive.
Right, and like I said before, it's not over just yet, as it does appear that Shenandoah did get their comfort pick, but at the same time, we don't know how proficient William and Mary are on this particular game mode, but we'll just have to see as we jump into this game mode particularly soon.
Yeah, and on the side of comps, right, Raindreamer looking good on the Orisa. I expect that one to stay. The only swap that I foresee possibly happening would be that Ramattra to really have a secondary brawl style to come through. But Orisa is just one of those characters right now that is kind of good in any scenario, right? Covers a lot of bases with self-peel, and then also CC and CC, right? CC on top of CC, the Terra Surge and the Javelin doing a great job at providing and gaining and keeping space for your team. As now we go into the top-down look. The puck's on your screen. We have SU in red. We have William and Mary in blue. Grimlock going dangerously low already right out of the gate. And we do have a swap here. Cherry on the Ana as well. A very comfortable pick coming through for her.
Right, and Clive going back to Juno. So I do like from this support lineup that Shenandoah has that they're more than willing to swap the Juno picks around as she can kind of fit into this more flex role as Clive a bit more of a main support player, but Cherry likes to go for more of those flex picks as well as Ana very well fits into that category of support heroes.
Yeah, getting picked off by Scorch yet again on to this Cassidy. Now William and Mary find themselves with sole push of the robot. It's going to be a Sylvius on the Genji, Scorch on the Cassidy as well. Hunter and Grimlock still on that Brig, on that Juno, and Creeper still piloting that Orisa as well. We're seeing a swap now back to the standard supports that we've been seeing for SU. Brig back for Claviella, Cherry back on the Juno as well. Just trying to get that initial push underway to see if they could snowball into that Nano, but we're unsuccessful in doing so. Now they swap back to a very positive team comp coming through. A Sylvius getting aggressive on Protein Shake, but unable to find purchase. Javelin will land, but no one dropping just yet on either side, but Poke getting thrown out left and right. Tiny Shiny onto the Genji as well, trying to stay alive. Ranger were taking a whole lot of damage. Claviella as well. Many members on the side of SU are dangerously low, and Creeper, I mean, you have your Terror Surge up and available. The Deadeye as well, getting some damage done, finding Tiny Shiny as well. Unable to find a kill, but Creeper was able to wrap that one up onto Range Dreamer as well. 85 meters and still pushing for William and Mary.
Right, and William Mary just showing us just dominance in this game mode. Like I said before, we did not really know how proficient they are in this map, but what we've seen so far, it's just showing amazing like ability in their team as they're just honestly just rolling. It's just snowballing as the fight continues on. Hunter getting that rally off on the Tiny Shiny Genji, and it's just looking almost like it's over. Almost. Yep.
Ults are going to be up. We're going to have 5 ults up and available for this SCU squad. The Dragon Blade up and available for Tiny Shiny. Orbital Ray just ticking over as well. Claviella, about 5 seconds left for that rally. But William and Mary, this could very well be the final push. If this full cap goes through, Bob getting thrown out by Protein Shake, already able to find one. Hunter going down in the rally as well. Dragon Blade getting popped from Tiny Shiny, trying to find that back end angle, able to find some damage. Cherry able to find those angles as well. SU hold on barely in this push map to stay alive.
Right, hanging on by a thread, Ben. And if you're on the side of Shenandoah, there's really no room for error as just a few more meters, Will and Mary will be taking it this series 3-0 and be moving on to NECC playoffs as Shenandoah will be left in the dust.
Now we see William and Mary re-engaging. It's going to be the Orbital Ray from Grimlock, already able to find one. Range Dreamer going down. Scorch hunting on the prowl, already able to find Protein Shake. Sylvius as well, right by the side of Grimlock. Tiny Shiny able to find 2. Both DPSs are down on the side of William and Mary. A huge play coming through from a clutch player for SU. Creeper now backing away. Terror Surge still in hand, but still in control of the bot is William and Mary. I believe, who is it on that one? It's going to be Grimlock on the robot, getting chunked out barely by Protein Shake, forced to back away.
Right, and Tiny Shiny just showing out the hard work that she's been putting in on this Genji as a coach she likes to use a lot. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. And you can see Tiny Shiny put in the hard work to get this Genji up to bring up to a level that is able to put up with these amazing teams as Scorch does not get any crucial picks off with this high noon, but Sylvius with the Dragon Blade just getting these picks off as well, showing a little bit more leniency on the side of William Mary, getting off all of the picks as Protein Shake is the last to drop on the side of Shenandoah, and the robot is slowly approaching to Shenandoah's spawn, potentially ending this series right here.
Yeah, rally used by Claviella as well. Cherry not very close to that Orbital Ray either. Protein Shake very close to having the Deadeye up and available. Tiny Shiny relatively close to the Dragon Blade as well. Ranger has the Terror Surge up and available, but on the side of William and Mary, there's really not a whole lot. Hunter and Grimlock are fairly close to having the Orbital Ray and the Rally up and available, as now we see the engaged Rain Dreamer with the Terror Surge getting some good damage down. Hunter, the Brig, already falling on the side of William and Mary. The dash through from Tiny Sunny, unable to find the secured kill. The deflect won't be able to find it either, getting dangerously low, but now the flank. Protein Shake able to find one. Creeper will fall, finds another onto Grimlock as well. Cherry in tandem, finding two of her own. SU staying alive in this push map.
Right, Shenandoah showing some signs of life. They still have a little bit of fight left in them, as shown by Protein Shake with that amazing flick from bottom to top on Grimlock on the Juno there, as Will Mary popping their last ult that they have left. Actually, excuse me, Hunter is about to get that rally, and are they going to pop it? Maybe they want to pop it to solidify this lead, to get this lead, or maybe they're very confident and want to take this. And Protein Shake trying to get one as High Noon, but respectively, William Mary line of sighting it, not getting any picks off. Very well played on the defense of William Mary. Getting Dragon Blades is going to get the kill on Scorch, as well as retained on by a thread, Tiny Shiny. But she's more than done her job, as William Mary, I believe, just down to Creeper, is just Rain Dreamer. I believe Clabiella on the, oh no, it's just Protein Shake.
Protein Shake trying to finish the job, unable to do so. Creeper finding 2 kills. Rain Dreamer and Protein Shake both falling. They had the push going there for a minute, but weren't able to keep the momentum going. Creeper able to stand tall, and now Scorch, Deadeye, Creeper, Terror Surge, Sylvius about to have the Dragon Blade up and available as well to Cherry's Orbital Ray, and soon to be Clabiella's Rally if they are able to hold off long enough. William and Mary, 5 players strong. The Orbital Ray popped as well. Scorch unable to find anything with the Deadeye. Cherry shutting that one down, and now the chase is on. Clabiella will go down. Ranger with the Javelin goes just wide on to Creeper, but now a Sylvius with the Dragon Blade finding one. Protein Shake goes down, finding a second. Cherry will fall. Sheath that sword, find that kill. Tiny Shiny goes down in the end, and now it's William and Mary yet again trying to find this full cap.
Right, and William Mary just having that ult advantage there, popping almost about everything, using Terror Surge, Deadeye, as well as Dragon Blade. But alongside Shenandoah, they only have Terror Surge, but rapidly approaching is the Deadeye, as well as the Rally. And there, it looks like Percy will pop it. Percy getting the pick on Grimlock. Creeper hanging on by a thread, but it will not be enough as Cherry takes him down. And here we go, let's see Scorch falling to Ranger as well. Tiny Shiny try to see as any stragglers lying about, but cannot find anything, but scares him away as Shenandoah once again takes control of the robot. But as this loop continues, just going back and forth, is still on the side of William Mary as they have push advantage. But time is running out, almost a minute left for this potential last game of this series.
Grimlock has the Orbital Ray up and available. Will we go down before they are able to use it? The Rally popped by Clabiella, trying to keep her teammates alive. Will be able to do so for the time being. Tiny Shiny winning out on the 1v1 as Sylvius goes down. Tiny Shiny in the backline as well. Takes a spear to the face, but no matter. Rain Dreamer in position to keep them alive. Clabiella finding the Brig as well on the backside of that fight, and now 40 seconds left remaining. They find this point. They need to keep this push and go almost the distance to stay alive in the series.
Right, on the side of Shenandoah, you have to pretty much hold on to that robot for dear life, make it your best friend, give it a great hug, and never let go on the side of Shenandoah, because if they let it go for just a second, that'll be it. And William Mary will be moving on to playoffs and NECC as Cherry gets off this Orbital Ray, but Tiny Shiny not getting any particular picks with that Dragon Blade. Ranger still getting the pick on Grimlock. William Mary down to 1 support. Brig not getting as much healing because they can't pop that Aspire with the limited range that Brig has.
Overtime has now been unlocked. They need to push at least 30 more meters to stay alive in the series. Protein Shake goes down. The Deadeye now getting popped, won't be able to find the kill. Tiny Shiny able to find Scorch, and now the Orbital Rays popped across the board. Grimlock able to keep everyone alive. The Terror Surge as well coming through from Creeper. The rally overtime ticking away. It was a great final effort from SU, but they fall 3-0 to William and Mary and miss out on playoffs.
And such a heartbreaker of a last, but basically of a series in general, as Taisha gets to play the game, showing off her hard work on the Genji, but unfortunately, despite Shenandoah's efforts, falls just short of finding that last opportunity to make it into the playoffs of NECC. But you can still, you might be able to hear from the back. Some of you may not be able to hear, but Shenandoah is still full of smiles. You know, understandably, some of them still feel very distraught, maybe a bit frustrated, but
right.
You know, that's just how competition goes. And despite of what the numbers say, Shenandoah is still pulling off an amazing first season together, because you have to remember, this is pretty much a new Shenandoah Overwatch, a new era, as most of the players from that we used to have before, they have all graduated and moved on to greater things in their careers. And Shenandoah had to put together a new Overwatch team basically from scratch, the only retaining player being Cherry, as I do believe she will be going out soon, as well as she will be soon to graduate. But despite all of this, just showing off that they're just still learning. They still have another semester to go to show what they've learned, and they will continue to practice, and they will continue to just learn, because that's a team that Shenandoah Overwatch is very well at doing. They love to learn. They like to work off of each other and just show that teamwork that they love. Yeah,
I mean, that's pretty well said there, Kyle. I mean, this is a brand new roster. All these players have not played together before, and they finished the season 2-4. A very good start to a brand new team, a brand new coach as well. B3N, Ben doing a great job at coaching up this team, keeping the morales high, right? Tiny Shiny as well, doing a great job at keeping the morales high. Tiny Shiny doesn't get upset, right? She's here to have a good time, and she looked pretty darn good. I mean, that Genji had play of the game, looking very, very strong on a character that, I believe, 2 days ago, she said, yeah, I've played this character for maybe 3 hours, I think, of gameplay in total, and play of the game in an elimination match. That's pretty darn good. Yeah, it's just showing off, just again, the hard work she puts in. She's well, behind the scenes, she's been telling me, yeah, I've really been putting a lot more work into Genji. I think he does have a place in this meta, and I really do think it fits into her dive character arsenal. Another character to add to her pockets, like the Tracer as well as the Venture. Yeah, I mean, it's great stuff coming through from every member of this SU squad. Rangermer, Protein Shake, Onion Man, Flames. Who am I missing here? Cherry, Clabiella. Everyone doing a great job of filling their roles, picking people up, and making sure that everyone's just having a good time. And they did have a pretty good time. And we saw the player cams after this series. All smiles, all laughs. Love to see it. But that will do it for us tonight. Kyle, thank you so much for joining us on the desk. Thank you so much to SU Overwatch and our production as well. That'll wrap up the season for our Overwatch team. Thank you so much for sticking with us all season long, and we will see you next time.
Say